you're a freeway fan, we're just east of the 405. One of the modern jewels of the NFL. Beautiful SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. This will be returned from the 6. And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field. First carry here for Kyron Williams. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's second down. Working out of the gun, Stafford. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Out of the gun, Stafford. He gets this complete, finding Adams. A great connection there. They're going to bring it down inside the 35-yard line.
Well, they've come out swinging here on this opening drive through the air, and that's exactly what they wanted to do. Generate some early chunk plays and try to get some points.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. Right side, complete to Nakua. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
Just take what the defense is giving you. When you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game, now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
Timing and trust. Critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
This opening drive has been a good one, but will it continue? Here's a test on 3rd down. That one on target to Williams. He's got it. 12 yards on that hookup. 1st down, L.A.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. But think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
And this time they are ready for him. He'll be thrown for a loss. No big gain that carry. It's 2nd down.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings them down for a loss.
Caught by Nakua on the out route. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. Going right back to Nakua. Complete. And he will not quite get to the marker. Good job there defensively. And now, decision time. What are you going to do on 4th down?
The initial reaction is, how does this quarterback not throw the ball past the 1st down line to gain to try to extend this drive? And the reality is, because they've already decided they're going to go for it on 4th down.
On 4th down, Stafford. And that is not going to work. Incomplete. And they turn it over on downs. On the ground for the first time, here comes Jonathan Taylor. And they finally get him down. Good gain on the ground, but hold everything. Maybe a reason he got so free. On first down, they'll start with Taylor. And this play going nowhere. He is taken down behind the line of scrimmage on their first play of the game.
Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming, and he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
They go right back to Taylor. He's to the 35. A big run. They finally get to him and bring him down.
That's as dynamic a run as you're going to see. He gets really good initial blocking at the point of attack. That springs him loose. But then it's just his speed and open field running that does the rest.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. And this one is caught by Pierce. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Second down and 3. Out of the shotgun, Richardson. This one caught at the 4. And this drive's going to continue. He's taken down, but they are set up with 1st and goal.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver.
And he will take this one across into the end zone. Anthony Richardson, touchdown, Indy. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. Now return coming from the 7. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. The drive begins with a run by Williams. Running room hard to come by as he'll get ahead for a yard. He's tackled there by Kwity Paye. Here's a 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Stafford. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
On the give, it's Williams. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
The big guys in the middle of the defense, Mike, the defensive tackles. So often they're asked to do the dirty work. Keep the blockers off the linebackers. Let them run around and make all the plays. But in this case, this guy's able to shed his blocker, make the stop, and keep it to no gain.
Stafford now on 3rd down. This one complete to Atwell. And he's going to pick up the 1st down. He knew where that marker was and made sure He got beyond it.
This is a great example of where just having situational awareness is so critical in the huddle. When every one of those receivers, Mike, breaks the huddle and go line up, they've got to know where that first down marker is. If your route calls, get by it, secure the catch, and bring up a fresh set of downs.
Pass caught right side by Higbee. And the tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line.
And if he's late with that throw, Mike, there's a really good chance a defender could have made a play on it. But he does a beautiful job. He puts the ball out in front of his shoulder, leads the receiver, and allows him to get upfield and pick up the first down.
Now a first down throw for Stafford. He'll find his tight end. It's Colby Parkinson. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. On the ground, this is Williams. And he'll be close to a first down. A gain of a couple as they mark him just short. Here's 3rd down and a few inches. He'll try to run for it with Williams. And he's going to have a Rams first down. He has it by plenty as they keep the drive alive here on 3rd and inches.
I think everybody in the stadium saw that run coming, Mike, but good luck stopping it. I mean, all he really had to do was just fall forward, and it would be enough to pick up the first down.
Here's 1st and 10. In motion, it's the tight end, Higbee. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
Here's Stafford now on 2nd down. That's over the middle and intercepted. That's the linebacker, Zaire Franklin. Off the play fake, it's Richardson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Looked like a pass protection breakdown. They had 5 offensive linemen and a running back in the backfield. I promise you, somebody was assigned to that linebacker, but he timed the blitz perfectly. He ran through and was able to bring him down for a big sack.
So after 1, it's the Colts out to the early lead. And we're back at SoFi in SoCal after this. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. From the gun, Richardson. Here's a deep shot for Pierce. That one broken up. It's incomplete. All over him down the field. It'll set up 3rd down.
Rough sequence over these last couple plays. 1st down sack. 2nd down big play attempt falls incomplete. And now to make matters worse, you got to operate in 3rd and long on a defense that knows they can just pin their ears back and try to get after the quarterback.
He's going to look downfield once again.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
So on 4th down, the Colts send out Rigoberto Sanchez to punt, as he'll have to hit it from his own end zone. Here comes Smith on the return. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. They'll start this on the ground. It's Williams. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. Play action, Stafford. That's to Atwell. He's got it. And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. That's his third catch of this first half and good enough for a first down.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes. Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
And he gets marked out of bounds, but inside the 5-yard line. It is a gain of 23 yards, and now they'll have 4 shots at it. It's first and goal. Throwing again is Stafford. Nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down.
That first and goal sack now changes everything defensively, Mike. You imagine that you're in a 4-down territory where the offense is going to try to take advantage of the field position and punch it in over the goal line. Now, can you hold up on 2nd and 3rd down and come away with forcing a field goal, which in this situation I think is a huge win.
A give, and here comes Williams. And he's going to get this down to the 10-yard line. Big play coming up, 3rd and goal. Now Stafford on 3rd and goal. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and let's also give some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
Hardy's kick is good. And the Rams are on the board. It's 7-3.
Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in 1st and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
On 1st and 10, here's Richardson. To the sideline, and what a catch, and what a great job to keep the feet alive. Inbounds as good as you can. Sean McVay disagrees on the sideline, and he's throwing the red challenge flag.
Nice way to start the drive here. Really good protection by the guys up front. Good decision by the quarterback to find his read. Ball's accurate, ball's on time. Now they're able to start this drive and get on the move the right way.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. On play action, Richardson. And downfield, it is Downs with the catch. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch, and it's exactly how they're able to pick up this big gain. Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on 1st down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
And with a flag down, he goes down. They get him for the sack. And that flag is probably on the offense as well. From the gun on third down, Richardson. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down.
And on that third down, they thought an easy way to pick it up and get some positive yards would go to their quick game, but it didn't seem like the receiver and the quarterback were on the same page, and now brings up fourth down.
This one angles out of bounds, and the mark comes inside the 15-yard line. Now it's Williams. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. They face second down and 7. From the gun, here's Stafford. That's caught by Puka. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
Looking middle there, but it's incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
Now a second down throw for Stafford. The open man is Nakua. And he's got it to the 35-yard line.
One of the things that makes him one of the best receivers in the NFL, Mike, is his ability to create separation downfield. He makes it so easy for his quarterback to not only find him, but to constantly create a nice throwing window like he did right there.
In motion, it's the tight end, Higbee. Nakua snags it over the middle. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They clearly have a mismatch in their favor, and every time they've looked his way, he's continued to make big plays. If I'm this coordinator, I think I'm giving him one more shot and see if he can push this thing over the goal line and come away with 6.
Atwell sent in motion here. They run over center with Williams. A hit, and he has lost the football. And remember now, all turnovers have to be verified by a replay, so they might be taking a look at this one. The Rams offense ready to get back at it. They'll start with a golden opportunity here to move out in front. Great field position to start out. It's 1st and 10. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards.
They'll go again with Williams. That lane closes quickly. A pickup of 3. Latu there to bring him down. They need the 24-yard line as they come up for 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Stafford. That's the one thing they couldn't have there, the sack that might take them out of field goal range.
Just a great individual effort, and when you have a guy that can win his one-on-one matchups, now it becomes less about who's blocking him and how do we block him. Expect the offense to make some adjustments because right now, one-on-one, this defender is going to win every time.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. They'll start this on the ground. It's Taylor. He'll gain 3 out of this, up to the 23. Second and 7. Now it's Richardson. He'll keep it. And now flags fly as a gain of about 4 could be negated. Throwing on second down, Richardson. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
Richardson to throw. He'll try and get there on the ground.
And that's a great job defensively here on third down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the first down.
Here's Rigoberto Sanchez now, as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. A fair catch is called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. Stafford now to throw on first down. Finding space at the 40. And he's close to a first down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. Second down, it's Stafford. That one incomplete. They can't hook up there, and that incompletion takes us to the 2-minute warning.
You know, it's hard to speculate, Mike. We sit up here and we try to just interpret and assume what's going on in the minds of the players and the minds of the coaches, but they seem to me to be a little bit rattled. All these negative plays have really started to pile up in the first half. He's got to settle down, have some more efficiency on these early downs, and get his offense into some sort of rhythm. For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
Here's Ethan Evans now. He's on for the second time. He'll try to get something inside the 10. The drive begins at the 20. Here's first and 10. Throwing is Richardson. And this one is caught by Pierce. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Out of a shotgun, Richardson. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. He's going to get forward for about 5 yards, but this one might be coming back. Let's check in with the referee. On second down, Richardson. That one into the hands of Downs.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
They'll come up to 3rd and 3. Now Richardson. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes. Here's the punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. A fair catch here, called for and made beyond the 30-yard line. On 1st and 10, Stafford. That finds Nakua downfield, complete. And he will score. Puka Nakua. Touchdown, Rams. Well, that is a quick drive and the best way to finish it. The touchdown pass downfield. Greg, you rarely see a deep shot like that to start a drive.
You're right, Mike. We don't see it a lot, but I wish we did. It's actually the most efficient and safest down to pass the ball. And in this case, the defense is thinking run, got a lot of defenders up in the box, and they're able to strike deep with a pass play for 6.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. 1st and 10. Here's Richardson. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
And he'll be taken down all the way up past the 45. Richardson to throw here on 1st and 10. Got a man coming across the field. He's got it. And they're going to get this ball down to the 20-yard line.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone. And this is where you have to finish drives.
On 1st down, it's Richardson. Look at that. Slinged it across his body and connected. And he's going to be brought down. They passed on that field goal attempt, and they get nothing out of it as the first half comes to an end. 3 points, all that separates these two sides, as half number 2 kicks off. This taken in at the 8-yard line. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. Richardson to throw it here on 1st down. And that ball out of reach toward the sideline. It'll be an incompletion. He was looking for Michael Pittman with that one. And it'll be 2nd down.
Just a little bit too much juice on that one, and you just can't throw the ball out of bounds. Give your receiver a chance to go up and compete for the ball, but when you miss that far wide, he's got no shot.
And he's fighting to try to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not do it. This is going to be a loss of a yard.
The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike, I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
They come to the line needing 11 here on 3rd down. From the gun, Richardson. Here's a deep shot for Pierce. And they are not going to catch up to him. He will score. 72 yards. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A beautiful combination in the air there, the pass downfield, and bringing it the rest of the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And it's really just a great route, Mike, and then a beautiful throw. The accuracy of the throw is what allowed the receiver not only to secure the catch, but then be able to turn it up and finish the play and find himself in the end zone.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. A safe kick taken at the 5. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. They'll break the huddle, coming up now for 1st and 10. They'll run it with Williams. And he'll manage to get to the 33. Zaire Franklin that time, there for the tackle. It's another run here for Williams. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield.
When the offense broke the huddle in a line, Mike, I think everybody in the stadium knew this was going to be a run, but the offense is kind of saying, okay, line up, I dare you to try to stop us, and right now this defense has no answers.
In motion, it's the tight end, Higbee. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, take it in over the middle. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
The key to good route running, Mike, is deceiving the man covering you into thinking you're doing one thing, and then you change it and do the other. And in this case, he had the defender thinking this was a vertical downfield route, and then next thing you know, he gets to his break point, he breaks in, and that ball's put right on the money for a big pickup.
And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
There's a guy, Mike, who just refuses to go down. You love to see the old school kind of stiff arm, get off me. Ability to break these tackles and still pick up big yards.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. Throw over the middle, brought in by Adams. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. Second and a yard. On the carry, it's Williams. And he'll get past the marker. So he's got a first down on that gain of 5. Pass caught right side by Higbee. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
Not every pass has to be thrown downfield. You can rely on the run after catch, especially a big body like this tight end. Get the ball in his hands early and let him pick up the rest after the catch.
In motion, it's the tight end, Higbee. Stafford now on 2nd down. And he's in for the touchdown. But hold everything. There is a marker down. These points may come off the board. Out of the gun, Stafford. That's over the middle, but it's incomplete.
You know, there's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
They put Adams in motion. Throw it on 3rd down, Stafford. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Davante Adams, the intended receiver. And it's going to lead to 4th down.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Rams are back within a point. It's 14-13.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
Good return here. Brings it up to the 33-yard line. Richardson will give it to Taylor. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
Pretty much just more of the same from what we saw with this back in the first half. And he doesn't need much. He gets a little bit of space, and then he can create the rest. It's the combination of patience, vision, and then the burst to hit the hole once he sees it. This guy's been a handful all day.
On 1st and 10, here's Richardson. He'll take a deep shot for down.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. On the give, this is Taylor. He'll pop this ahead for about 4, but it will set up 3rd down. Here's Richardson. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Really nice job with the protection up front. Just nobody could get open downfield, so it's a combination of your offensive weapons have to do a better job taking advantage of that time to work and separate. But also, how impressive is that by that defense to be able to cover for that amount of time?
Set to go now on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Stafford. He'll find his tight end. That's Higbee. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. A shotgun snap to Stafford. A throw to the right flat. It is caught. And he's not going to be able to get away. Very good coverage on the perimeter. It goes down as a loss of yards.
The quick passing game in the NFL, Mike, is so dependent on yards after the catch. You got to generate space with the scheme, and then it's up to the receiver to do the rest. In this case, nice job defensively, because this guy couldn't even get back to the original line of scrimmage.
And that is incomplete.
So the hope is your 1/3 down conversion from really jump-starting a possession that ultimately leads in points. But after that 3rd down incompletion, kind of throws a wrench into those plans.
Punt team headed out for the Rams. A fair catch called and taken right at the 30-yard line. Throwing, Richardson. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. They'll work the middle here with Taylor. And he's going to weave his way forward. That's a 1st down at the 44-yard line. On first down, they'll stay with Taylor on the ground. He'll be brought down after a short pickup to the 45. Here's 2nd and 9. Richardson gonna look to throw. That's to the left side and taken in by Downs. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Out of the shotgun, Richardson. He's got his man, right side, it's complete. And he's gonna have the first down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on 3rd down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
Give up the middle to Taylor. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
This is where you have to be careful, Mike. You find yourself winning in the second half. Human instinct says, all right, let's just sit on the ball and protect the lead and let the clock run out. You can't do that. Stay aggressive. Do what got you here. Continue to mix the run with the pass. Keep your foot on the gas and try to extend this lead.
He keeps it himself. And he's going to be brought down just outside the 10-yard line.
This has been a great drive, and mostly at the hands of the man with the ball there. He thought about pulling the trigger on that one, thought better of it, decides to take off with his legs, and now he's going to have 1st and goal.
They'll have to go the full 10 yards. It's 1st and goal. And he'll take it on in. Alec Pierce. Touchdown, Colts. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. 2 guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Now, here comes a return from the 9. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Off play action, it's Stafford. That is intercepted. Picked off by Nick Cross. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead. To throw, it's Richardson. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it. Continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath.
He'll dodge one would-be tackler and wind up getting a nice gain of 6 on the play.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
Richardson operating from the pistol. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. And he's going to have the 1st down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going.
Mike, I think we make so much of all these fancy routes, right? The selling, the head fakes, getting in and out of the break. And while that's really important to create separation, that's really more of a man beater. That's when teams want to just play you one-on-one and you have to beat the defender. Against zone defense like we saw here, It's a lot more simpler. Understand the concept of the play, understand where the holes in the defense are, and get there and be friendly to the quarterback. And if you're open, stay open. That's NFL route running. That's what the best guys do.
They'll go play action. It's Richardson. Nowhere to go. He is taken down.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
A second down throw for Richardson. Throw left side, but that's going to be incomplete.
He just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
Here's a deep shot for Pierce. That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Alec Pierce. Touchdown, Indianapolis. That is his third touchdown of the afternoon. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the fourth quarter, get the ball with the lead and extend it to a two-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a two-score lead this late in the fourth quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Here comes a return from the 5. And he is stopped at the 25, and the drive will begin there. In motion, it's the tight end, Higbee. Right side, complete to Nakua. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
I'm not sure what was the more difficult aspect of the play, winning his route versus man coverage or catching this pass, because that quarterback, he put a little extra sauce on that one to get it there on time, and he's able to secure a really nice catch.
Play action, Stafford. Going right back to Nakua, complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
Second down, it's Stafford. Nakua snags it over the middle. He'll be brought down. It was a nice pickup, but a penalty flag on the play. Early indications of a hold. Now a second down throw for Stafford. And that is incomplete.
When you air it out like that on these big shots downfield, they're not always high percentage plays. It takes a lot of things to line up timing-wise, location of the field, accuracy of the throw to result in those big plays. But I think they've got to continue to search for those and try to generate a little bit of a spark.
Third and long. Here's Stafford. That is knocked away downfield, incomplete. He made sure not to let the receiver get behind him. Third down stop sets up fourth down.
There's only a handful of guys in the league who legitimately have world-class speed, and he's one of them. I mean, he's the type of weapon that you 3 or 4 times a game have to just say, okay, my guy, he's faster than your guy. We're going to... And even though that one falls incomplete, You have to continue to sprinkle that threat in because it makes everything else in your passing game that much easier.
Quick throw here is complete. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
He's got it at about the 8. And he's going to go into the end zone, but he may have gotten a little help along the way. This one's coming back. Throwing on second down, Richardson. Now he'll run. And they'll finally run him down, but he takes it inside the 10-yard line.
What I like the most here is just the decision that when he wants to be a runner, he commits to being a runner, and he's able to weave his way downfield, pick up the first down, sets up first and goal.
Here's a chance to put this game away. First down and goal. From the gun, Richardson. That is caught, and he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times, and then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get one more yard? Now, for him individually, not ideal, but right now they're on the doorstep of the end zone, and they got to find a way to put that ball across the goal line. They couldn't quite connect there on that short pass, Mike, and I just think it's worth reminding everyone how different the concepts are down here in the red zone than what the rest of the game plan calls for in the normal part of the field.
Here's Richardson. Going to keep this himself. And he will do it himself. He's in. Anthony Richardson. Touchdown, Indy. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
The extra point, up and good. And the Colts will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. He fields it at the 8. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Working out of the gun, Stafford. To the left side, and Adams has it. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield.
This hasn't been his best game by any means, but what I really like, Mike, is regardless of the score, regardless of the time of the game, he is out there battling. He's doing everything in his power to chip away and see if he can get his team back in this game here in the fourth quarter. They've got to find a way to capitalize in this drive. Continue to cut into that deficit. Every possession is critical. Take advantage when you have the ball.
2 straight hookups. This one good for 10 yards.
These can be tricky situations defensively, right? The game is all but over. Barring something unforeseen, you got this one in the bag, but you still want to finish on a high note. You still want to walk off the field and put an exclamation point on what's pretty much been a dominant performance right from the start.
And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection, and maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
To the air again, Stafford. Right back to Williams. They connect again. Well, that looked like a pretty clear hold. The gain was 5, but let's check the call. Throwing again is Stafford. And he's not going to get away. They'll knock him back to his own territory. They get him on the other side of midfield.
What an impressive play by this linebacker. I mean, Mike, back in the day, you would never see a linebacker take down a wide receiver in the open field like that. But these guys are tremendous athletes who can really hold their own in space. And he killed that play before it even had a chance to develop.
Again, it's Stafford. Right back to Adams. He's got it again.
I think the rest of those receivers in the huddle have all come to the realization that they might not be getting a target anytime soon, and frankly, I don't blame them. I mean, they're riding the hot hand, and rightfully so. Until this defense proves that they can stop him in the passing game, I expect the quarterback to just continue to go back to him time and time again.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. This one, incomplete. The defense up to the challenge there. They force the incompletion, and they'll take the ball over on down. Nice job finding the seam. Gain of about 9. Just a yard short of that 1st down. A good spot here. 2nd and a yard. Richardson to throw. Short pass taken in by the tight end. That gets him to 100 yards exactly after that reception and gets his team a 1st down.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
On the ground, it's Taylor. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. Here's 2nd and 2. Zone read, it's a give to Taylor. Trying to find somewhere to move forward, but nothing going. Tackled for the loss of a yard.
The offense thinks that they can just kind of plow this one up there in the middle and keep the chains moving, but not on this defense. Not only do they not pick up the 1st down, but after suffering that loss, now they've got some decisions to make on 3rd down.
From the gun on 3rd down, Richardson. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete.
I like the idea of taking your shot there on 3rd down, pushing the ball downfield, looking for the touchdown. But now as it brings up 4th down, you're already this close. You're in field goal range, but do you keep that offense on the field and try to maintain possession and see if you can come away with 6?
This one is good. He knocks it through. And the Colts will extend their lead.
I think at this point in the game, Mike, when you have things under control, not only were they able to hold on to the ball for a while, they still were able to manage to add 3 points.
And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. On 1st and 10, Stafford. A throw left side there, not going to find the target. Incomplete.
This is why it's so critical that the quarterback and his intended target are on the same page. They got to speak the same language. When there's miscommunication, it leads to errant throws, and when errant throws lead to big missed opportunities.
Stafford now on 2nd down. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes, so give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
That one into the hands of Atwell. And he'll be taken down all the way up past the 45.
It's really been a one-sided game, but how often do we see in the fourth quarter the team that finds themselves down by a lot, they start to come alive? I think it's a combination of trying to end the game on a positive note, but also sometimes that defense getting a little lackadaisical.
They'll throw once more. Here's Stafford. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. The quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
Stafford to throw again. He'll find his tight end in the middle of the field to Higbee. And he's going to be taken down, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning.
This play is actually really well defended here, but I'll tell you, Mike, as you know, my philosophy is the tight end is always open, and this just supports my case.
Stafford now to throw on first down. Caught by Nakua on the out route. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. On first down, Stafford. Throw over the middle, brought in by Adams. Now a timeout Rams, that's number 2. And it comes with 1:15 left to go in the second half. They'll come up now for second down and 4. Out of the gun, Stafford. That's hauled in on the left by Nakua.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
Stafford will throw here on 3rd and 1. Got his man at the 6. And the Rams are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert on 3rd and 1. From the shotgun, it's Stafford. That's going to be intercepted in the end zone. Picked off by Charvarius Ward. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So it's a win for the Colts. And right away you can point to the turnover battle. Always key. Tells the story so often. It did here again today. Their offense didn't turn it over at all. They finished on the plus side with the takeaways. And as a result, they're going to come away with the victory. And that'll do it For my partner, Greg Olson, for our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.